Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, and envies, and thank you for tuning back into St. Andrew TV, a cure for your Monday blues. I am your host, Andrew, and today we are going to cover the Frontier's finest tool, the Neckerchief. This piece of material right here had numerous purposes across the ever-expanding West, and what we are going to do today is look into most of those purposes. So before we begin, we actually have a little bit of a history lesson about the neckerchief itself, otherwise known as the wild rag, bandana, or mascada for our Spanish-speaking friends. And with so many different names, it is shocking to know that there are far more utilities that this piece of fabric brings. Neckerchiefs date back to the mid-1800s, and they were actually cut out of old flour sacks and used what they are currently used for today, and that's where they gained their popularity. These were used for function more so than fashion. The most common material that these neckerchiefs or wild rags are made out of is silk, and that is for a number of different reasons. Mainly because silk is the best at absorbing moisture, and it actually works better to keep you warm during a colder climate or during a colder time of the year than wool. And now we are going to get into a few different things that the neckerchief might have been used for. As I've said, weather and environmental conditions played a big factor in what the neckerchief's purpose might have been. Like I said, it is warmer than wool in cooler conditions, and it absorbs moisture the best out of any alternative material. As for environmental conditions, these did serve an important role of long, maybe cattle drives across a further distance, as windy conditions or dust might have gotten kicked up while you were on horseback. These could be used as a mask per se, and you could put it over your nose and mouth so none of the environment could, invade on your personal space. After you're out of windy or dusty conditions, it can be used to alleviate your face of perspiration, or if that dust gets a little too rambunctious, wipe your face from all the dirt that got up in there. The second topic we will be covering is safety and what safety measures the neckerchief can provide. Let's say you're riding on the trail and your horse gets spooked and he bucks you off and you end up hurting yourself. Well, the neckerchief in that point can be manipulated into a sling, and it can hold your arm into a proper medical position so it doesn't harm you any further. Or say you got to town and you wanted to wet your whistle and you got into a skirmish with some less than desirable people. And maybe, just maybe, a big ugly slug grazed you on the side of the thigh here. It is a very, very useful tool as a bandage or a tourniquet as well. The third topic we are going to cover is cooking or mealtime. The first one that a lot of you probably already know is using it as a makeshift oven mitt. Obviously, if a big piece of metal is over the fire, it's going to get warm, so you're going to need something to grab it and not burn your hand, because we'll have to go back to step 2 and use it as a bandage. This also works for coffee pots. I suppose if we're really splitting hairs, you could even pick up warm food with it, not just the equipment that the food is in. Speaking of your actual meal, this could also be used to strain water. Now, normally you would try to boil water to get all the bacteria that could harm you out, but I guess if you were in a pinch, this could be also used as a strainer. And then concluding your meal, you can actually use this as a napkin. Again, this is kind of the makeshift towel, as we've stated in the first topic that we covered. You use it to wipe your face. Well, this is just getting food off your face and not dirt and debris that you might have got on the trail. Sticking with the towel idea, it can also be used to dry dishes after you wash them. The final topic we are going to cover are miscellaneous frontier uses that the neckerchief could be used for. This item in the Old West was not only extremely important to you, but everything around you as well. This includes your horse. This could be used to fix together a temporary saddle rig if need be, and also you could take it and use it to blind your horse if they were a little more squeamish after an event that might have caused them to become uneasy. So you can settle them down, or if you need to apply medical treatment to your horse, same applies. You never know when any of that stuff's going to happen. Reoccurring theme here today is this was used for a towel, and that also meant the upkeep of the firearms in your possession. If you're out on the frontier, you're probably going to want protection, but that protection is going to need maintenance, and that's where this thing can come in handy. You can upkeep your firearms and the equipment that comes with it with this handy little thing that's wrapped around your neck. Like I said in the screwdriver and knife video that I did, you wanted to pack light while traveling on the frontier. If a tool could serve more than one purpose, it was very, very ideal for it to do so. This tool just so happens to be also a part of your clothing, which makes it even more highly regarded. And that concludes today's video over the Frontier's finest tool, the Neckerchief. I hope you guys got a little bit more of a broadened view of what you wear to your favorite Wild West towns and the utility that it actually brought to our Wild West brethren. Please leave a like if you've enjoyed today's video, or leave me a comment stating what you liked, or tell me what I should do next. I have opened up a Patreon. As I said earlier, that I do like to be supported by fans only, but do not feel obligated to, only if you'd like to. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed as of late. But for those of you who have come across this video or this channel because you wanted to learn about the utility of neckerchiefs, maybe you saw this green shirt and thought it looked pretty cool, or maybe you found me by accident and thought, there's a jackalope over his right shoulder. Think about hitting that subscribe button, because you're a daisy if you do.